Chapter 11 of Grimm's Fairy Tales, retold in one-syllable words. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Recording by Mike Harris. Grimm's Fairy Tales, retold in one-syllable words by Jacob and Wilhelm Grimm. The Town Musicians of Bremen. There was once an ass, who for a long term of years had to take the bags to the mill. When his strength at last gave out, the man who owned him thought to sell him for his hide, but the ass saw that an ill wind was blowing, so one day he set out on the road to Bremen, where he thought he might play music in the town band. He had gone but a mile or so when he met a dog, who gasped as if he had run a long way. "Why do you pant so?" asked the ass. "Alas," said the dog, "now that I am too old and weak to join in the hunt, my master wished to kill me, so I ran away. But how am I to earn my bread?" "Would you like to know? I am on my way to Bremen to join the town band. You might go with me and take up music too. I play the lute and you can beat the drum." The dog said yes to this, and they went on. They soon met a cat who looked very sad. "What ails you?" said the ass. "How can one feel gay that has had a close shave for his life?" said the cat. "I am old, and I like better to sit by the fire than to go out and hunt mice, so my mistress tried to drown me. I got off, but how am I to find food?" "Come with us to Bremen and join the town band," said the ass. The cat thought the plan was a good one and went with them. As they passed a farmyard, they saw a cock that crowed with all his might. "Why do you make so much noise?" asked the ass. "Why, I just heard the cook say she meant to make soup of me today, so I mean to crow at the top of my voice as long as I can." "You have a fine voice," said the ass. "Come with us to Bremen and join the town band." The cock was pleased, and soon the four were on their way. But they could not reach Bremen in one day, so when night came they stopped in a wood to rest. The cock flew to the top of a tree, and from there he saw a light in a house near by. He told the others, and the ass said they ought to go and see what sort of place it was. They went, and as the ass was the tallest, he looked in and saw some men at a table spread with fine food. They all wished for some of the food, but did not know how to get it. At last they thought of a plan. The ass was to put his 4 feet on the window sill, the dog to spring on the back of the ass, the cat on the dog, and the cock was to perch on the cat's head. Then the ass was to bray, the dog to bark, the cat to howl, and the cock to crow all at once. They did this, and then sprang through the window, and made the glass fly on all sides. The men, who were a gang of thieves, sprang up in great fright and fled for their lives. Then the 4 friends sat down and ate up all the food. When all was gone, they put out the light and lay down to rest. The ass lay down in the yard, the dog near the door, the cat by the fire, and the cock perched on a beam. When it got late, one of the thieves stole back to the house, and when he saw no light and heard no noise, he went in. He saw the cat's eyes as they shone in the dark, and thought they were live coals, so he stooped to light a match by them. But the cat flew at his face and scratched him, so he ran out at the door. But before he got out, the dog sprang up and bit his leg. As he passed the ass in the yard, the ass gave him a kick, and all this time the cock kept up a loud cock-a-doodle-oo, and clapped his wings with all his might. The thief was scared near to death, and ran to tell the tale to his friends. "A witch sits in that house," he said. "She spat at me and scratched me. A man stood by the door and ran a long knife into my leg. And out in the yard lay a black beast that struck me with a club. Whilst up on the roof sat the judge, who cried, 'Bring me the rogue!' So I got off as fast as I could." From that time the thieves would not go near the house, and as the 4 friends liked it very well, they made it their home for years. End of the Town Musicians of Bremen.